ಹೊರಟ್ರಾ ಸರ್? ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ನೀವು? ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಹೌದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ತಿಂಗಳು ಕೂಪನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿರೋರು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ? ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ವಾ? ಅದು ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಾಯ್ ಸರ್. ಆಗೋಯ್ತು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದೆ ಕಾಯಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಯಾರ್ದಪ್ಪ ಅದು? ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಂಗ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಜಾವಾ. ವಿಜಯ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅದೇ ಜಡ್ಯೂಲ್, ಅದು ವಿಜಯ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಮೂರ್ ಬಂತು. ಒಂದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ದೆ.
ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಕರ್ಸಿ
ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಅದನ್ನೇ. ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಹುಡುಗಿ ಜಂಪ್ ಹೊಡಿತು.
ಆದ್ರೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿನಾ?
ಇದಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮುಗಿದಂಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ.
ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಕಣ್ಣು ಹಾಕಿ. ಬಾಯ್ ಸರ್. Ask your friends to join.
ask your friends to join. So if you have a laptops, you please join through your laptops. Only this 22. Others. What shall I do? Shall I and start or can anyone unmute and answer? Shall I start or shall I wait another 5 to 10 minutes?
Let's wait for.
Okay. Okay. Start now. 51 is there. Okay. With respect to your lab connectivity, right? 1 second, I will show the experiment list. Yeah. So here, this is the list of experiments which you are going to be do it in a lab, right? So basic study, basic networking like Y network topology, explanation of users, introduction to IP address and subnet mask. This just study about this concepts, right? Okay. So then second experiment, study the device on network, introduction to OSI layer, introduction to all those things, network devices, introduction to firewall. So that also is just a study about that, right? So third up to fourth, it is just a practical session, crimping like. So once we resume, right, I will try to do this crimping. How we can able to crimp the LAN cables, right? Crimping techniques and all those things and color code. So then how whether we take a straight cable or crossover cable, right? So all those things like a crimping tool we'll learn in the once we resume the college, right? So then next network create a small network like in the first we shown how we create the simple LAN, right? How to check the packets flowing from the source to destination, all those things we'll study it, right? A small network we studied in the lab, in the class also we saw that how the working function taken in the class, right? So first two here, first two, three are like study, right? So the theoretical concept. Then this is a small network connection. Rig up the circuit and take the components from the packet tracer and rig up the circuit and see the packets, right? So now we're going to be the implementation of a static routing. So what is the static routing? Whenever the routing is the different networks, when we can't connect the switches and the routers, right? We have give the IP address manually. So that's we call it as a static routing. So we cannot able to change. This is the static routing, right? Routing takes place only when you are assigning the IP address. Connectivity will be there. So when say for example, that also I will show one simple scenario and simple one scenario, then experiment, then how to rig up that one and how to check the output. All those things we will see in this session. Right? Clear? Any doubts in this? Please ask me. Any doubts in this? Please ask me. Any doubts? Anyone can answer my question? Any
No,
doubt?
sir. No doubts.
So parallelly, if you are using the laptops, please switch on the laptops and log in through laptops. Then only you can understand this concept very clearly, right? So implementation of a static routing, right? So one simple scenario I will show now. Yeah. Okay. the circuit, the configuration will be like this. So while doing this demo, while giving the demonstration, if you have any doubts, if occurs any doubts, you please ask me. Then and there itself, then you can understand.
Sir, what tool is it, sir?
Yeah, this is whiteboard, man. I am taking whiteboard. Usually now I will do it in the packet tracer. It is also is there. So it is also is there. Just now I
Okay.
show the circuit diagram. That's why I have taken for the blackboard. Sorry, whiteboard.
Okay, sir. Okay. We'll be using Cisco packet tracer, right?
Yeah, Cisco packet tracer you have to use. See.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Sir.
And I'm planning to conduct this practical this one through any one scenario based. Like for example, I will give one scenario. Based on that, you have to do it in a packet tracer, and you have to take that screenshot and you have to show it to me like that. Okay. So because of in this less number of experiments is there, right? Sometimes it may ask to do the DNS and DHCP, then VLAN and VTP, and configuring the wireless router, right? So first 4 will not be there. First 4 will not be there. This is just a theoretical part. So remaining will be there from here to 5 to 14. So in this, any one or else you may get one scenario, then you have to rig up in the packet tracer and show our results. Yeah, right. So I will take a simple static routing, right? Static routing. So any doubts in this, please ask me immediately, right? So on scenario like this is one router, right? Then one switch, one office, 2 systems will be there, right? Another office, right? Then switch, then system, right? So this is the scenario. See, this is one. This is the connectivity like this. This is PC. These 2 are PC1 and PC2. Don't get confused here. PC2, PC1 and PC2. You can make a note here. So this is the scenario, right? So this is the router switch. This is switch SW1 and SW2, right? This is a router. I call it as a R0 and R1. Router 0 and router 1. Yeah, this is the scenario. So if I send a packets from a source to destination from PC1 to switch to PC1, so it should be the data, whatever the information should be passed to that, right? So here the routers are there. So what I will do, I will manually feed that IP address in that routers. right? So I will add the IP address in the router 0 and router 1, right? And also PC1 normal will be there, right? So by adding the manually, we call it as a static. So whatever will be the IP address will be there in the router, that will not change. That will not change. Say, if any get damaged in the routers, right? So then the IP address will be fixed. The IP address will be fixed, right? I will show one of the demonstration for this experiment, right? 2 switches, 2 routers, static routing configuration. We call it as a 2 switches static routing configuration. You can take one more switch also, router also, and you can connect. Here, parallelly, if you make a note, this one, then we'll start doing the do it in the packet tracer. Over, shall I change? Shall I change? Can anyone? Shall I change?
Sure, sir.
Yeah, right. Your voice is not okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. So just now I'll open the packet tracer. So just check once. See, first I will take a router, right? I'll take 1941 router. 1941 router here. Right. Then for a router. Then one more router also I require 149. Yeah, right. So then router 0 and router 1. Then switch. I'll take general switch. 24 not required. Take less. I will delete. Okay. So then one more switch here. Then PC. Connect 2 PCs. PC and PC with PC. Right. Then next, take here taken router 2 routers, 2 switches. Then PCs connected to switch 1 and PCs connected to switch 2. Right here, this one. Then next, connection we take. I take choose connection PC1 to PC, and this also PC1. Then next, so then PC1. And here PC1. Switch 2. Yes. Okay. So then next, router to router connection. So from switch to router, it is taking a giga 0/0, right? So here it is taking a giga 0/1 connected to 0/1, and here giga 0 to FA201, FA2/1 and 2/1. So this is connected to gig 01 and FA2 fast Ethernet 2/1 to gig, right? Like this. Clear? So now this is one network. This is one network here. Then from this to here, this portion is one more network, and from this portion to this portion is another network. Total 3 networks is there in this scenario. Clear? First, is it clear? Any doubts in this? So first one is this, what we call it as a gigabyte 0/0 up to here, one network. First one network. Then next, here this point to all this point, one more network. This connectivity is one more network. Here. Then next, here gigabyte 0/0 to this is connected to one network. So this is one network, this is one network, and this is one network. Is it clear now, all of you? Don't get confused, right? You have to configure the routers here. So that's why it will get a bit confusing from the taking from the IP address from that point to this point. Clear? Any doubts in this? Please ask me. Is it clear, all of you? Yeah. Then next, you connected to, first take this router. This is, you can configure 2 types. One is okay. Yeah, construct again. Yes. Okay. From starting from, or how to shall I rig up? Shall I remove all those things and configure? How can I do? Okay. Once again, I will okay. So first from here, left side, I think can you able to visible, right? This is. So first I will take a routers. I will take router 1941 router. 1941 router. Here, first. Second router. Any doubts in this? Please ask me. Right? Here. Then next, 2 routers. My scenario is like this. My scenario is there is 2 routers and 2 switches and a PC. Yeah, you can take any switches. You can take 1341 because of what happened here. You can see. You just check once. You keep like this. See the ports and all those things are different. Like so, no need to take only 1941. Okay. So more if you taken like this, more options will be there. So depending upon the network, we'll take that. This is 2 routers, 2 switches, sorry, 1 switches and 2 systems, right? That's why I have taken the simple, less configuration. Yeah, any doubts? Any doubts, please ask me, right? So then next, the scenario is like this, okay? Don't forget the scenario. Then next, switches. So PT, I will take this switches and 1 more switches here. 2 switches here, 2 switches ready. 2 switches ready. Then next, PC. So I will take 2 desktops. Next, once you selected all components. Once you selected all components, right? Then next you require cables to connectivity from the router to switch and the switch to PC, right? So that I have to connection here. Third point connectors is there. Take that one and take first automatically choose connection, or else if you know the specifically, so then you have to take from switch to PC, you have to take a crossover cable. Then next switch to router, you have to take a straight through cable. Then router to router, you have to take a DSE and DST connections. Serial transmission, serial receiver connections you require, right? If you don't know, directly you can take a automatically connection. So once you check, once you connected this cable, then it will take automatically assigning. Here. So now I will take a connection console from PC to switch. Then this one, right. So here to here. One part is over. Then next, second part, take connection like this. Then from here to here, connection. Then from here to here, right? Then next, switch to, sorry, router to router. Router to router. Then while connecting cable connection, you have to make sure, see to it that which is a port it is taken. So it is a Giga 01, right? So GAG means Gigabit Ethernet. Here, Gigabit Ethernet, right? So here, Gigabit Ethernet 0/0/0/1. Clear? Any doubts in this? Shall I move to further? Yeah, right. So next, after connection, you remember this thing. This is one network. This is another network, and these two routers are one network, right? So you should divide the IP address like that. So this was one network. So this is one network. Then what I will do? I will take this IP address.
Sir, we'll do subnetting.
No. We
So
can do, but now I given the different.
we'll use 3 different network.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is possible to subnetting if you have a less number of IP addresses. So then you can do. You can this two rate will take a /28 notation, like that will be there. We'll see it in the next coming classes. Okay. Then next, take this is a text format. Yes, I select. There is no yes. So this is 192.168.2.2.0 network. So IP address 192.168. I'll taking IP address from here only 2.6 192.168.2.10. Then this one 192.168.1.2. 192.168.4. Then 192.3.0. Then this by assign Yes. We are saying 192.168.3.h. Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can. Yeah, tell me. So I will once I give the IP addresses, then I will explain. You can understand bit clearly. Yeah. Next. Now I told you three networks is there. One is this portion is one network. That's the starting IP address is 192.168.2.0. One. So then next, this portion is one more network. That is 192.168.3.0. Second network, right? And router to router, one network is there. That is 1.0, right? 1.0. So notation is 1.0 is there. So that's why I have taken 1.2 and 1.4. Clear? Yeah. So to assign this one, I have taken a 2.3, 2.3 for assigning this which one at gigabit Ethernet. I will show that one. Clear now? All of you? Any doubts in this? Please ask me. Then I will click on the router. Configure 0 IP address. Where is that? So 0.0, 2.3 is there. 2.3 is there. You remember. First switch on this router. Here, right side top one. Switch on the router. Then next 192.168.2.3. Right now IP address is assigned. It will be up. Right? Clear? Then next close that one. Then next go back to here. Same router and 1.1. Right? Connection. Then next 192.168.1.2. One side is, this side is connected. Clear? Any doubts in this, please ask me. So if we keep like this, then it will give the information, right? So gigabit Ethernet 0. Up, the link IP address is 2.3, 2.3 here, right? That notation is, don't worry about that notation, right? So then next is the MAC address is taken automatically, right? Then next gigabit Ethernet 0/1 up, right? 1.2. Clear? 1.2, the fast Ethernet another side. Clear now? Any doubts in this? Please ask me. The same thing you connected, take this router, configure, then fast Ethernet. You remember I told you. So which is, this is giga 0/0, right? So this is 0/1. You remember, see 0/0 is this side is there. on 0/0 192.168.1 sorry, what is that? 3.3, right? Up. Then next 0 on 192.168.1.4. Right. Yeah. Now one thing is completed now. Now you configured IP address in a router, right? Clear? Any doubts in this? Please ask me. You configured IP address in the router, right? Now all here it indicates that green. Green indicates that is on, ready. Here now. Once you completed these two router, then come back to PCs. Come back to PCs. Here also you have to assign the IP address. So in this IP address, the gateway to the gateway is 2.3. Remember here. So desktop IP configuration 192.168.2, what is the number? 2.10 IP address 190 gateway 192.168.2.3 gateway. Clear? Then next you connect this one also. So desktop PC 192.168. What is the IP address you assign here? 2.6. Is it 2.6? Don't get confused here, right? 2.6. Gateway 192.168.2.3. Here now, any doubts in this? Please ask me. So this is clear now, right? So now, if you can check this one now. You can. Oh, sorry. Time being, I will close this camera. So now you can see a simple scenario, right? So connect from the PC4 to PC5. So here you will get a success. You'll get a success from the PC4 to PC4, right? So if you're taken from the PC4 to your PC4 to connect on any one PC4 to here also will get success because of this is in same network, right? That's why you're getting the success status success. So if you check these two, if you connected here, it's getting failure because of this is one more network. So if you do the same thing like this, so connecting from here to here also you'll get a failure because of you're not assigned any IP address till now. Okay. Now after that you just click on the here. You have to configure the IP address here also from the 2, right? So what is that number? 3.8 IP address, right? 3.8 192.168.3.8 gateway 3.3 92.168.3.3. Here now, any doubts in this? Please ask me. Oh, sorry. Any doubts in this? Please ask me. Right. So 3.9 IP address for this one. Remember 3.9, 192.1.9. 3.3, right? Default gateway 192.168. Right. So now this also a configure, right? So now you can see if you want to check this connectivity from here to here, you'll get success because of your assign the IP address. So you can check from here to here also, you'll get a success rate. This is success, right? So you just check the success. So if you want to transfer from the PC, this PC to this PC, so you'll get a failure because of this is the another network. You still not yet configured this network, right? Up to here, any doubts in this? Please ask me.
No, sir.
No, right? Clear understanding? Are you able to following, right? Are you doing parallelly or what? How you are doing?
Doing, sir.
Yeah, right. So next, this you have to configure. So first take this router 2, double click on the router 2. Then in the configuration, you have static. So select the static. Select the static, right? So in this network, you have to give the 3.0, 3.3, 3.3 IP address. This IP address you have to take. This IP address you have to take network. Then next hop is 1.4. And it means to say that if you want to send a packets to this network, you have to come to this IP address. Then you have to pass to here. Like this, you have to mention. Clear? So in this network, 3.3 is this network. In this 3.03 comes under the 3.0 network. Clear? Any doubts in this? Please ask me. So now I will configure that one. Static 192.168. So 3.0, right? So mask 255 common because of this is a class C 255.255.255.0, right? So next hop is which to reach the 3.0 network, you required the next hop is 1.4, 192.168 1.4. That you have to remember 2.168.1.4. Clear? Once you connected this one, add. It will be add. Clear? So now you are configuring the static routing. Static routing. Remember this one. Static routing because of you are giving you are updating the table from how the packets will be reached. Clear? The same thing here also you have to do. If you click here, then if you can see here table, routing table. See, network is 3.0. If you want to reach, next hop is 1.4. Through 1.4, you can reach that destination. Yeah. The same thing, you do it this router also. Static. So 2.0, 192.168.2.0. So 255.255.255.0. So the next hop is 192.2.168.1.2. Add. Now, clear? So this IP address router is also, router table is also updated. Clear now? So now you can send a packets from the source to destination. Wait, it will take time. Say PC4 to PC6, PC4 to PC6. The same thing. If you send the data from the PC to here, it's also success. Clear? Clear? Through this one, you can send the information, right? Say I will take from here to here by using the simulation. So any doubts in this, please ask me. So when you're configuring the IP address in the router by manually, that's we call it as a static routing. Static routing means what happened here. So if any router, this two is there, any one router is damaged, is not working, right? So manually you have to be replace the router and you have to configure the router, right? This is one of the big drawback in network analysis, right? So once any router is get damaged, so it is very difficult to configure, right? Yeah, correct. This is the fifth one. That's why I told in the starting only. Right? All four are there. This is LAN introduction. All those things will be there. This is the implementation. Implementation, static routing. Clear? Clear now? So this is the simple, this is the scenario. So demonstration of your static routing. Any doubts in this, please ask me. Any doubts? Say, this is the two scenario. If you want to take, you can take one more router here. You can take one more router. You connect to one more router here. Then you can take switches, PT switches. You can take one PT switches. Then you can take configure PCs or laptops. Take one laptop or two laptop, right? Then connect wires from here to here, from PC to this PC. So then this PC to this router to switches, right? So then next from here to here. You could not connect the port. Can like this, because here in this configuration only 2 gigabit Ethernets are only available. Clear now? So you cannot able to take. If you want to take, you can rig up the double click on this. You can take one more configuration physically. So slots are available here, right? You can take one more 2T or giga 3A. Okay. Like this, you can take this, right? You can take and you can connect. That's why I have taken the basic 1941. If you taken the another router, you have more number of options. See, it is a 3 gigabit Ethernet and VLAN 1 and a routing. Sorry, host name is there, right? So in that case, then what will happen? You can connect directly from here to here, not an issue. Here now, any doubts? Any doubts? Yeah. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Just I think all you can take that as take this parallelly and do it in your laptops. Meanwhile, right? So once we resume, we will the same thing. We'll do it in the physically mode also, or else if any, I can do it in the laptops. Right? Clear? Any doubts? Please ask me. Then. Any doubts? If it is clear, then I will end the session. Tomorrow we'll see the theoretical class as usually time. And I'm planning to conduct this ACN laboratory through one scenario. I will give one scenario. Yes. Yeah. I will send the lab manual, man. I'm preparing that one. I will send that lab manual. I will send it through Google Classroom. Yes, clear? Akash Katiyar. Akash Katiyar, are you there? Yes. Akash Katiyar. Yes, CRs, any doubts? And B section CR also is there, right? Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clear. Any doubts in this? Please ask your class. Any doubts in this?
Clear, sir.
Clear, right? All of you. And A section also, Ali is cleared. Instead of calling individually names, just I will check to see us. Any doubts in this regarding this portion? Then ask me. Clear, right? Shall I end the session?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.